In this video, I'm going to take you through my top 10 areas of the ACCA December 2024 SBL examination pre-seed information you do not want to be missing ahead of your examination. My name is James, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and in this video I'm going to take you through my exclusive SBL notes. This is for the Rodnim events case study, and if you'd like access to it yourself to have your own copy, click the link in the description of this video and you can download a copy yourself. I'm also delighted to say that I'm affiliated and associated with Astranti, and there you can actually access, again, if you click the links down below, they have mock papers, their own pre-seed analysis pack. I'd highly recommend these, that you do them under exam conditions, and they could be the difference in getting you that 50 plus and passing your SBL exam. And as always, for pure transparency on the channel, I'm affiliated with them, so if you were to purchase anything using the links down below, I've been entitled to a small commission which goes to supporting the YouTube channel. And as always, a massive thank you. Leave me some comments below. How are you getting on? It's great to see so many of you enjoying the videos. Well, we're going to get stuck into it straight away, because the first area that is just so important, we get a first element on page 1, and this is about Amanda and Safi, who actually are in partnership in Rodnim on there. And we're told in the first paragraph on here that they have a partnership rather than a limited company in order to maintain total control over the business. So that partnership means they have unlimited liability. That is a key concept for you to note down. And what that is getting at is, if they were to rack up debts within the business, there we have Amanda and Safi who would be liable to pay these. So it is a partnership, not a limited company, not a PLC on there. And that is one thing you must not miss or confuse going into your examination. And you can see at the bottom of page 6 on there, that is where you can find a few more details as to the structure of that partnership and the two key names you need to be referring back to. It was established 6 years ago, 2 friends, so it looks pretty good to me, but it's that structure you have to be aware of. That is area number 1, not to be missed. Number 2, we're coming back up to it now, is competition on here, or market competition, should we say. You cannot go into this SBL exam not knowing how much we have in terms of competition in the marketplace and how it is affecting Harland. The key bit is that 74% there, page 2, and it's dominated by 4 major companies. This industry that we're in terms of events management, is going to be growing in the next 5 years. What we have here is they've got 4 major companies. As I said, 74% they actually have market share of. That means that Rodnim now fall under the remaining 26% on there. And this is where we need to refer back to, actually, well, where are we actually told this? I'll put my mouse on it for you. Rodnim Events is one of the smaller events management businesses based in Harland. So too many students are going to get mixed up in terms of size, where they sort of fit into all this. Just have that picture in your mind about the market competition. That is area not to miss, number 2. We're coming back up to now page 4 in terms of collaboration and cooperation. And what am I getting at here? Well, it's good for small businesses to actually cooperate and collaborate, like Rodnim on here, because they're in that small bracket, in that 26% on there, for bargaining power, competing against the larger organisations, having a bit of a competitive advantage. And the other bit, if you come to the top of page 5, is they have opportunity there. Well, if another small firm is lacking casual staff, you can actually recommend some over. And that also works with business and vice versa. So it's really good to actually be working together with other small firms. However, if we come down to page 6 now, and I'll put my mouse on it here. So Rodnim, this is Amanda and Safi's 50-50 partnership, does not have any formal or informal cooperation or collaboration arrangements in place with other businesses, as the partners wish to preserve Rodnim's independence. Again, a massive opportunity there, missing out on there, to collaborate with other smaller organisations, not just in the Harland market, but it could be also argued globally as well, because we're told in page 1 it is going to be increasing in the next 5 years by 11%. So do not overlook that, do not miss that detail. Some students won't pick up on it, but because you're watching this video, hey, you have now on there. Cool stuff. Area number 4, not to miss, is the sustainability KPI, or environmental sustainability. This is a really key point on here, as what we've got here is it's actually included. It's brilliant on there that they have it, and they've hinted at areas like wastage, water and energy could be areas they could throw in on the exam day. And the key bit I'm getting at here is, if they do, your point to that would be, right, which member of the organisational structure, Safi, Amanda, Dika, Jimmy or Mirza, are actually going to be helping out to resolve the issue? Well, the key thing here is no partner or manager are actually allocated this here. So you're going to yourself, oh, hang on, who's accountable for this? And where else is this important, James, in the pre-seed materials? Well, if we go down to page 9, and if you're following or you've downloaded my notes, it will save you a bit of a job, but in the strategic aims now on Rodnim's website, they operate in an environmentally sustainable manner. So it overlaps their sort of CSR strategy, but nobody's accountable for this role in Rodnim. Something, again, not to miss, not to overlook that little bit of detail, anything referring to sustainability, the environment on your exam day, I would be definitely pulling up those areas there. Area number 5 now is about private events, okay? Private events. And this is where I think there may be a small mistake in the pre-seed notes, but hey, that's ACCA on there. Maybe if someone from the team can let me know in the comments if you can see it. But when I went through it, I can see note 1 up here, but for note 2, there's no reference sort of where it relates to. And there's a key bit of points in note 2 not to overlook. And you can see on my notes here, key point, not to overlook. I think mistakes will be here, thinking private events need to tender. And what I'm getting at is note 2, for private events, the same process is followed, although there is no need to tender. The tender process is for the corporate events, the music festivals, on there, the larger events for it. So I think some students will make mistakes on the exam day referring to tenders from the private events, like a wedding or something like that. And the mark will go, they've not understood the pre-seed materials. You don't need a tender for private events. So that is really, really key on there. In terms of it, private events do not require a tender. That is my area number 5. Area number 6 now, if we come up to page 4, Rodnim currently does not cater for the public sector on here. Key thing on here. And why is that important? Well, that is a major proportion. 23% of the actual breakdown of fee income in Harland events in 2003 were in the public sector. And we're told, if you go up to paragraph 1, and this is just so you have peace of mind that you could take on board what I'm saying, is you can see in the first sentence on there, Rodnim was established 6 years ago, so it's in that growth stage. It's got a competitive advantage because it specialises in managing events for both corporate and private clients. Doesn't say anything, as you can see here, corporate 73% of the market, private 4%, public sector 23%, a major opportunity. That's why I would have it down as a SWOT analysis point on there. So that is number 6 as areas and details not to miss. Number 7 now, we're coming on to page 3, nice and easy on the left hand side, and we'll keep the figures at the bottom so you can actually note them down and refer to them on the exam day. And this is sports and virtual events have the most growth and potential. This is super key for you to refer to potential opportunities again from a SWOT analysis perspective. And the virtual events is 5% breakdown of the fee income market, with sports events being 12%. But it looks like, from what we're told, there's going to be a substantial increase, and that the benefit of the virtual events is the lower cost factors, and they're growing in popularity. Again, commercial acumen for your SBL exam, you've got to refer back to the scenario, the specifics, and having sports and virtual in your mind that you know they're the ones to target is going to be absolutely key on that. So that is area number 7. Number 8 now, if you go down to page 6 as an area not to miss, because they've stuck it in there and you go, why would they include an industry body on page 6? We're not told if Rodnim is actually involved or if they've been a member. And again, this could lead into areas that involve the industry body on here. And potentially they've had some good or bad practices. But the key bit is what I've got underlined there in the middle about what they actually aim to improve. So there could be some area about quality, health and safety, environmental practices, again, you could refer back to, and the industry body. So an area, again, detail not to miss, number 8, that industry body. If you see that come up on the exam day, refer back to it and see, are Rodnim actually compliant on there? Or what's their engagement with the industry body? We're coming on to page 9 now for tip number 9 now, where it's all about Rodnim's mission. Again, not to actually, details not to miss or to overlook on there. It does not align to the NPS score. This is where different areas of the pre-C materials overlap with one another. And this is a part where I would, if it came up on the exam, I would quote it directly. They've even put it in bold as well. The Rodnim mission is to provide all of our clients with a top quality service, ensuring the needs and expectations are fully met. A memorable experience for both client and everyone attending. And you think to yourself, hang on a second, something has got to be going wrong here, because when we come on to the client satisfaction on the last page, number 11, we've been going down in terms of the loyalty and satisfaction from 9.1 to 8.4 to 7.5. So details like that and referring back to that mission on the website is going to be really key. I think it can overlap in a variety of different areas, and if you apply it in your answer, that is only going to be a win with the ACCA SBL marker. So that is area number 9, and detail not to miss. With the last one being page number 4 now, we're coming on to the actual client expectations on that. Really, really key that we get our head around on here, the final part for it. That, as you can see on here, we've got client expectations as to what they actually want from the actual organisation itself. And we've got different areas. So we've got corporate, we've got private and public sector. But the key bit here is where I've got my mouse. So all 3 client types, public, private and corporate, in Harland are increasingly expecting their events to provide creative, innovative ideas, well managed, meet specific requirements, professional level of service on there, using technology, systems that work effectively, all these variety of different things. In other words, if they don't meet them for Rodnim on your exam day, refer to that particular area, because that is where, from a unique selling point and a competitive advantage, that could potentially be a reason why that over the last few years the operating profits might be going down, because they're having to put in more costs associated with it. And it also links into other areas. If you come down to the bottom of the notes on here, in terms of the information systems and the risk factors as well, we've got the marketing, the ticketing systems, the different financial, strategic, operational risks. Again, there are so many different areas that could be tested, but then you've got to say which of the managers, which of the partners are accountable, as you can see from the notes, and refer back to them on there. And that is my point and detail number 10, not to miss that specific little detail for your exam that could make the difference and get you those extra final marks. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Be sure to give it a like, and if you'd like access to my exclusive notes, as I had to go up and down, you can download them in the description of this video. Take advantage of those Astranti mock papers and their pre-scene analysis packs that are only going to help you out. And I'll see you on the other side now for another video on the channel, so be sure to subscribe, and I will speak to you soon. So thank you very much.